unfold yourself.
Long live the king.
Bernardo, you come most carefully upon your hour.
It is now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco. Have you had quiet guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. If you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, the robbers of my wish, let them make haste.
Stand! Who's there?
Friends to this ground.
And vessels to the Dane.
Give you a good night, for Bernardo has my place.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
Horatio says it is but our fantasy, touching this dreaded sight twice seen of us. Therefore I have entreated him along with us to stand watch this night, that if again this apparition come, he may approve our eyes and speak to it.
Sit down a while. Let us once again assail your ears that are so fortified against our story. What we 2 nights have seen, last night of all, when your innocent stars that whispers from the pole had made it goes to illuminate part of heaven, where it now burns Marcellus and myself. The bell that meeting one.
Your skull, Horatio, speak to it.
Most like it heralds me with fear and wonder. What are you, wrongfully take this time of night in warlike form in which the majesty of buried Denmark? By heaven, I charge you, speak! Stay! Speak, I charge you, speak!
Is it not like the king?
As you are to yourself, such the very armor he had on when he, the ambitious Vannoe, combated. So frowned he once when, in an angry confrontation, he struck the slated poles in the ground. It is strange.
Thus twice before, and just at this dead hour, with military bearing have you gone by your watch.
In what particular way to think, I know not. But in my opinion, this bodes some strange calamity to our state. So have I heard, and do in part believe it. Let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, the spirit dumb to us shall speak to him. Do you consent that we acquaint him with it, as required by our duty?
Let's do it, I pray. And I this morning know where we shall find him most conveniently.
Now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some requests. What is it, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favor to return to France, from where, though willingly I came to Denmark, to show my duty in your coronation. That duty done, my thoughts and wishes bend again towards France, and bow them to your gracious permission to live.
Have you your father's leave?
He has, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by petition, and at last, upon his desire, I gave my heart consent. I do beseech you, give him leave to go.
Take your fair hour, Laertes. Time be yours, and your best graces. Spend it as you will. But now, my cousin Hamlet, and my son.
A little more than kin, less than kind.
How is it the cloud still hangs on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast your black color off, and let your eyes look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever let your downcast eyes seek for your noble father in the dust. You know it is common. Everything that lives must die, passing through nature and eternity.
Aye, madam, it is common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with you?
Seems, madam? Nay, it is. I know not seems. Neither my black clothes, nor my heavy sight, nor my weeping, nor my downcast eyes. It's true that all this seems like griefs and one could fake if wanted, but I've got more real grief inside me. They are only the trappings and the suits of woe.
It is sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give this mourning duty to your father. But remember, each son has had to mourn for his father for a certain period. Overdoing it is just stubborn, not manly, not God's will. We all know everyone must die sooner or later. Why should we take it to heart? Give up this useless mourning of yours and start thinking of me as your new father. As you are the man closest to the throne, and I love you just as much as your father loved his son. Your plans to Wittenberg are not what I want. Accompany me. As the no, I'm member of my court, my nephew, and now my son too.
Let not my prayers. Hamlet, stay. Don't go to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, it is a loving and fair reply. Be like me in Denmark. Madam, come. Hamlet's agreement makes me happy, and every merry toast I'll drink today will be heard as far as the clouds overhead. Let's go.
How I wish my dirty flesh could melt into a vapor. A god had not fixed his cannon against slave slaughter. Oh God, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable for me to live. It is an unweeded garden with only nasty weeds growing in it now. I can't believe it has come to this. That it should come to this. My father was only been dead for only 2 months. The excellent king and superior to my uncle and so loving to my mother. She would hang on him as she couldn't get enough of him. Yet there she was, marrying my father's brother, my uncle. Oh, so quick to jump into a bed on incest. That is not good. Break my heart, but I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship.
I'm glad to see you well. Horatio, right?
That's me, sir. Still, your respectful servant.
Sir, I'll change the name servant for friend. Oh, Marcellus.
My good lord.
I'm very glad to see you. Good evening, sir. But what in fate made you from Wittenberg?
A truant disposition. Good, my lord.
I know you are not truant, but what is your fare in Elsinore? We will teach you to drink deep before you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
Do not mock me, fellow student. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed soon after.
Trev, Horatio. The funeral baked meats, the coldly furnished forfeit of marriage tables. I wish I had met my dearest foe in heaven before I had ever seen that day, Horatio. I think I saw my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw him yesterday night.
The king, my father.
Restrain your admiration for a while, with an attent ear, till I may deliver upon the witness of this gentleman this marvel to you.
For heaven's love, let me hear.
Marcellus and Bernardo, on their watch in the middle of the night, being thus encountered, a figure like your father, armed at all points exactly like him, head to toe, appears before them, and with solemn march goes slow and stately by them. Thrice he walked, by the oppressed and fear surprised eyes, and I, with them the third night, kept the watch, where, as they had delivered both in time form of the thing, each word made true and good.
But where was this?
My lord, upon the platform where we watched.
Did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did, But answer made it none. It was about to speak when the morning cock crew loud, and the sound it shrunk in haste away and vanished from our sight.
It's very strange.
It is true. We thought you ought to know about it.
Indeed, sirs. But this troubles me. Hold you the watch tonight.
We do, my lord.
If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it, though hell itself should get and bid me hold my peace. I'll pray you all, if you have kept this a secret, keep doing so. Whatsoever else shall help it tonight, give in an understanding, but no tongue. So very well, I will visit the platform between 11 to 12 tonight.
Our duty to your honor.
My father's spirit in arms. All is not well. I doubt some foul play. I wish the night would come. Till then, sit still my soul. All deeds will rise, though all the earth overwhelm them to men's eyes. Where will you lead me? Speak. I'll go no further.
Mark me,
I will.
my hour is coming, for I must return to the torment of the flames of purgatory.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend your serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I am bound to hear.
Then you must promise to avenge my death. When you hear what I say,
What?
I am your father's spirit, doomed for a certain time to walk the earth at night. During the day, I am confined in the fires of purgatory until those flames have burned away my sins. If only I am allowed to tell you the secrets of purgatory, but it can't be told to mortals. So listen, listen, oh listen, if you ever love your dear father.
Oh, heaven.
Revenge his foul and most unnatural murder. Murder was foul, as in the best it is. But this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to know that I, with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love, may swept to my revenge.
I find you ready, and sluggish shall you be than the fat weed that roots itself in his on river of forgetfulness wharf. Will you not stir this? Now here, it's given that while I was sleeping in my orchard, a serpent stung me. So the whole population of Denmark is by an eye's account of my death foully abused. But no, the serpent now wears his crown.
My prophetic soul, my uncle?
I, that incestuous, adulterous beast, with his clever words and fancy gifts, he seduced my seemingly virtuous queen, persuading her to give in to his lust. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there. But hang on, I think I smell the morning air. Brief let me be. Your uncle snuck up to me while I was asleep in the orchard, as always in the afternoon, and poured a vial of henbane poison that moves like quicksilver through veins and curdles the blood, which is just what it did to me. I broke out in a scaly rash that covered my smooth body with a revolting crust, and that's how he robbed me of my life, my crown, and my queen all at once. He cut me off in the middle of a sinful life. I had no chance to repent my sins or receive last rites. Oh, horrible! Oh, horrible! Most horrible! If you are human, Don't stand for it. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and then incest. But however you go about your revenge, don't harm your mother. Leave her to God and her own guilt. The glowworm shows morning to be near as its lights begin to fade. Adieu, adieu, Hamlet. Remember me.
Oh, all you hosts of heaven and earth, what else shall I add hell? Hold my heart and muscles, don't grow old yet. Keep me standing. I will wipe away all trivial forms record, and swath of book, image, impression past, that youth and observation copy there, and your commandment all alone shall live. Yes, by heaven, oh you evil woman, whereas my table's appropriate, it is I set it down. That one may smile and be a villain. At least I am sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word. It is. Adieu, adieu, remember me. I've sworn it.
My lord! My lord!
Lord Hamlet!
Hello, ho, ho, boy. Come, bird, come.
How is it, my noble lord?
What's news, my lord?
Oh, wonderful.
My good lord, tell it.
No, you will reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Nor I, my lord.
You promise you can keep a secret?
I, by heaven, my lord.
Any villain in Denmark is going to be, well, a villain?
There needs no ghost, my lord, come from the grave to tell us this.
Right. So without more circumstance at all, I hold it appropriate that we shake hands and part. You as your business and desire shall point you, for every man hath business and desire. Such as is it, for mine own poor part. Look you, I'll go pray.
These are but wild and agitated words, my lord.
I'm sorry they offend you heartily.
There's no offense, my lord.
Yes, by Saint Patrick. But there is, Horatio, and much offense too. Regarding what happened between the ghost and me, I can tell you that it is real. But for your desire to know what is between us, repress it as you may. And now, good friends, as you are my friends, caller, and soldiers, give me one poor request.
What is it, my lord? We will.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Nay, but swear it.
In faith, my lord, not I.
Nor I, my lord, in faith.
Upon my sword.
We have sworn, my lord, already.
Indeed, upon my sword, indeed.
Swear.
Propose the oath, my lord.
Never to speak of this that you have seen. Swear by my sword.
Swear.
Rest, unhappy spirit. So, gentlemen, I thank you heartily, and I will repay you, however I can someday. Let's go, but shh, please, not talking about this. Come on, let's go.
Ronaldo, please give him these notes and money.
I will, my lord.
Excellent. First, you must find other Danes who are living in Paris. Once you do, find out who they are, what they do, where they live with, whom they hang out, and if they are wealthy. If from this question you find out they know my son, do not ask direct questions, but simply put things out vaguely. Say things like, I know his fathers and some of his friends, but I hardly know of him. Do you understand, Reynaldo?
Aye, very well, my lord.
I hardly know of him, but you may say, if you are indeed speaking of the same person, I would say he's pretty wild, addicted, and of the sorts. With this you can paint an image of him misbehaving, but not to the point of dishonoring him. Just the typical unruly behavior of youthful men when they are living their own for the first time. Or you may go as far as something like drinking, swordplay, swearing, quarreling, and sleeping around.
Very well, my lord. But
Why must you do this, you ask?
yes, my lord. I would like to know.
I believe this scheme is justified. You see, if the person whom you are talking to ever see him, they shall address it to you.
Very good, my lord.
And then, sir, he'll continue like this. He will tell you something like, I know of him. I saw him yesterday or the other day with so-and-so. He was gambling, drinking, and quarreling over tennis. Or perhaps, I saw him entering a war house. You see, Reynaldo, by this little bait called lying, you may catch the fish of truth. Do you follow?
Yes, my lord.
Farewell and good luck.
Thank you, my lord.
You must take part in whatever he's doing.
I will, my lord.
Let him do what he normally does.
Yes, my lord.
Farewell then. Is something the matter, Ophelia?
Oh, my lord, I have been so frightened.
In God's name, with what?
My lord, I was sewing in my closet. Then Lord Hamlet came in with an unbuttoned shirt, tangled leggings, missing gutters, and hanging around his ankles. He looked as pale as his shirt and looked very pitiful as if he just had come from hell.
Meant for love?
I do not know, my lord, but truly I do fear it.
What did he say?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard, then backed away an arm length to stare at me like an artist for a long time.
Come, go with me, we shall seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property destroys itself and leads people to do things recklessly, as often as any other emotion that affects our behavior. I am sorry. What, have you given him any hard words of late?
No, my good lord, but I did as you command.
That hat has made him mad. Come, we go to the king. This must be known. Keeping this a secret would be worse than the anger that's going to result from telling him about it.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. We really long to see you, but I also need your help. That is why I sent for you. You have heard of Hamlet's transformation, let's call it that. Find out if there's something bothering him. If I knew it, I could fix it.
Good gentleman, he has often talked about you. I am sure there are no two others whom he is close to.
You both are our majesty. Mine, by the sovereign power you have of us, whatever you wish will be our command.
We shall obey your request, and here give up ourselves in the full band to lay your service at your feet to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz, and sweet Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern, and sweet Rosencrantz. Please go at once and seek for our son who is acting so unlike himself. Go, some of you, and bring these two gentlemen to where Hamlet is.
Heavens, make our presence here and our efforts helpful to him.
Amen.
The ambassadors from Norway, my lord, have returned with joyful news.
Ah, you have always been the bringer of joyful news, Polonius.
Have I, my lord? I assure my good liege, I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to God and to my gracious king. I have formed the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Speak of that. I long to hear the reason.
Give first admittance to the ambassador. My news shall be the fruit to the great feast.
Do the honor of showing them in. My dear Gertrude, he tells me he has found the cause of your son's distemper.
I have no doubt it is none other than the main. His father's death and our Hayes' marriage.
Well, we'll question him and find out what he's discovered. Welcome, my good friends. What's the news from my fellow king of Norway?
Most fair return of greetings and desires. As soon as we met him, he set out an order restraining his nephew's army, which to him appeared as if to be a preparation to attack the Poland army. Once he got better look on it, he found out it truly to be used against your highness. He was very much upset at that, due to his old age and feebleness, he had been taken advantage of. He had his nephew arrested, who, in short, was reprimanded by the king and swore never to attack your majesty. This made the king so happy that he awarded his nephew an annual allowance of 200,000 kroner and permission to use his army to invade Poland. He also sends this request for that army's safe passage through Denmark on its way to Poland.
I find this befitting. When I have more time, I'll look over the request and answer. In the meantime, I thank you for your labor. Go get some rest. At night, we'll feast together. Most welcome home.
This business is well ended, my liege and madam. Your noble son is mad. I say he's mad because to define true madness, it's nothing else other than to be mad, but never mind all of this.
More matter and less the fancy language.
Madam, I swear I use no fancy language. That he's mad, it's true, and it's true that's a pity, and it's a pity that's true. That's a silly figure of speech. I have a daughter, at least she's mine, until I give her away in marriage, who, out of respect and obedience, has given me this letter. You get around and see what you think. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's a poor word, a horrible word. Beautified is a horrible word. But listen, there's more. These in her excellent white bosom, these...
Hamlet wrote this to her.
Good madam, be patient. I shall read his exact words. Doubt thou the stars are fire. Doubt that the sun doth move. Doubt truth to be a liar. But never doubt I love. Oh, my dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I can't count the number of syllables in a line any better than I can count how many times my heart aches for you. But that I love you the most, that you can believe goodbye. Thine evermore, most dear lady, as long as I am still alive. Hamlet. Out of obedience, my daughter has shown me this letter, as well as similar ones, along with a record of when, how, and where she received them.
But how has she responded to these letters?
What do you think of me?
As a man of faith and great honor.
I would gladly prove that's true. Instructed her to lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens from him. She followed my advice, and to make a long story short, Hamlet, because his affections were rejected, became depressed, lost his appetite, could not sleep, became weak and distracted, and in this way deteriorated into his current state of ranting and raving, which has saddened us all.
Do you believe this is the cause?
It may be, very likely.
How can we try this further?
You know, sometimes he walks for hours here in the lobby.
So he does, indeed.
At such times, I'll send my daughter to him. You and I will hide behind the curtain and eavesdrop on their conversation. If it turns out that Hamlet is not in love with her, and this is not the cause of his madness, then I'll resign my post as your chief counselor and go be a farmer.
We will try it.
But look, here comes the poor boy now reading a book.
Leave quickly, both of you. I'll go up to him now. Let me talk to him alone. How does my good Lord Hamlet?
Well, thank you.
Do you know me, my lord?
I know you very well. You are a fishmonger.
No, I am not, my lord.
Well, I wish you were as honest as a fish seller.
Honest, my lord.
As this world goes, not one man out of 1,000 is honest.
That's very true, my lord.
Well, if the sun causes maggots in a dead dog, which is a good breeding ground for them. Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Let her not walk into the sun. Conception is a blessing, but as your daughter may conceive, see to it.
How about that, still harping on my daughter? And he didn't even recognize me. He said I was a fishmonger. He's really out of it, but in truth, in my youth, I too was lovesick. A lot like this. I'll speak to him again.
Words, words, words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between whom?
I mean the matter you read, my lord.
Slender, sir. This psychiatric writer says that all men have grey beards, that their faces are wrinkled, their eyes are purging thick amber, and palm tree gum, and that they have a pitiful wit, and that they have a weak leg, sir. I most certainly believe that all of this is true, but I think it is wrong to put it in the writing. You yourself, sir, would be as old as I am. Like a crab, you could go backwards.
Though there is madness, there is some sense in what he says. Let's go inside, my lord.
Into my grave?
Indeed, that would be inside. How insightful some of his replies are sometimes crazy. People see things that smart, saying people completely miss. I will leave him arrange a meeting between him and my daughter. My lord, I will most humbly take my leave of you.
Go ahead, sir. I'll be happy to be without you, and pretty much anything else. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Farewell, my lord.
These tedious old fools.
If you seek for Lord Hamlet, there he is.
God save you, sir.
My honor, Lord.
My most dear Lord.
My excellent good friend. How are you, Gulinstern? Ah, Rosencroft. How are you both?
as the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we are not over happy. You could say we are not the button on the top of Fortune's cap.
Nor the soles of a shoe?
Neither, my lord.
Then you must live just below her waist, or in the middle of her favor.
Her privates, that's us.
In her private parts? That's appropriate. After all, she is a whore. Well, what's the news?
None, my lord, but that the world grown honest.
Then is doomsday near? But your news is not true. Let me question you more in particular. What have you, my good friends, done that fortune has sent you to this prison?
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one?
Yes, a goodly one, in which there are many cells and dungeons. Denmark being one of the worst.
We think not so, my lord.
Well then, Denmark isn't a prison to you, for there is nothing good or bad. But thinking it makes so to me, it is a prison.
Why then? Your ambition makes it one. Denmark is too small for your ambition.
Oh God, I could be bounded in a nutshell and count myself a king of infinite space, if it were not to be the bad dreams I have.
Which dreams indeed are ambition, for the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
But a dream is just shadow.
Exactly. And I think that ambition is so insignificant that it's nothing more than a shadow of a shadow.
Then, according to you, it's only men who lack ambition, such as beggars, who have real substance, and that ambitious men, such as kings and heroes, are just the beggars of shadows. This is making my head spin. Let's go in.
We will wait upon you.
No such matter. I shall not place you with the rest of my servants. To speak frankly, I am most dreadful attendant. As close friends, let us speak honestly. Why have you come to Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord. No other occasion.
I am in such poor state that even my thanks are worthless. But I shall give them to you anyway. For sure, my dear friends, my thanks to you can't be worth 2 cents. Weren't you sent for? Is this your idea? Have you come to see me voluntarily? Come now, tell me the truth.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, say anything, but to the purpose. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
So what end, my lord?
That you must teach me. Be even direct with me. Were you sent for? Yes or no?
How should we answer?
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why you were sent for. This way, it will look as if you have violated your pledge of secrecy to the king and queen. Recently, and I do not know why it is, I have become unhappy. Stopped exercising, and indeed, I have become so depressed that the whole world seems to me as a wasteland. I get no pleasure from other men, nor from women either. But judging by your smiles, you seem to think so.
My lord, I have no such thoughts.
Why did you laugh then, when I say no one delights me?
To think, my lord, if you do not find any delight in anyone, you will be not so welcoming to the acting company we pass on our way here. They offer you their services.
Which acting company is this?
Even those you were not accustomed to take delight in, the tragedians of the city.
The actors are here.
Gentlemen, you are welcome to Elsinore. Give me your hands. In order to give a proper welcome, one must abide by the proper social conventions and ceremonies. So, let me welcome you, very conspicuously. Otherwise, the warm welcome I must display to the actors will make it seem that I like them more than you. You are welcome here, but know that my uncle father and my aunt mother are being fooled.
How are they being fooled, my lord?
I am not as mad as they think.
Well, be with you, gentlemen.
Both of you, listen to me carefully. That big baby you see over there is still wearing diapers.
Maybe he's happy to reach the stage again, for they say an old man is twice a child.
Look, whether he has not turned his color and has tears in his eyes, please, no more.
That's enough for now. I will have you speak up the rest soon. Good Lord, will you see to the players? Be sure they are treated well, because they are the historian of our age.
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
Heaven forbid men better than that. Use them after your own honor and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
Follow him, friends. We will hear a play tomorrow. Ah, what a lousy nobody I am. It's unthinkable that this actor here, in a fictional play, a mere fantasy, could change his whole being to anything he wants, turning his face pale, bringing tears to his eyes, looking totally crazed, making his voice crack, and his appearance exactly as he wished, and all for nothing. For Hecuba, a character in a play, what does Hecuba mean to him? Or him to Hecuba? For that matter, that he should cry for her. Just imagine how he would be if he had the reason to be upset that I have. He would be drawn to the stage with tears, sting our eyes with his horrible speeches, drive guilty people mad, shock the innocents, confuse the simple-minded, and amaze everyone's eyes and ears. Yet I, stupid, confused, good for nothing, mope around like a dreamer, oblivious to what I should be doing. I don't say a word, not even in the name of a king, whose life and property were taken from him. Am I a coward? Who calls me a coward? Slap me on the head, yanks out my beard and blow it in my face, tweak my nose, call me a downright liar. Who does this, huh? I would just take it because it must be that I am a chicken-livered coward. I don't have the nerve to get offended. Otherwise, by now, I would have fattened all the vulture in this area with the loser's gun. Bloody, stinking criminal. Unfeeling, backstabbing, horny, heartless criminal. My God, I am such an idiot. This is really brave. Here I am, son of a father who was just murdered, called upon by heaven and hell to take revenge. And all I can do is rant and rave, or start cursing like a whore or dishwasher. Damn it all. Come on. I've got to think of something. I heard that criminals sitting in the audience of the play been so moved by the performance that they have confessed their crimes. A murderer, even though it can talk, will always reveal itself, one way or another. I will have these actors perform a play in which the plot is similar to my father's murder. I will watch closely to see how my uncle responds. If he even flinches, I'll know what I have to do. Maybe the ghost I saw could actually be a devil, and devils are able to disguise themselves as someone we love. And because I'm really depressed right now, and devils are good at taking advantage of depressed people, maybe he is deceiving me in order to condemn me to hell. I need more proof of Claudius' guilt. I will use the play to find out if he is innocent or guilty.
And can you, by notice of circumstance, get from him why he puts on this confusion, creating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy?
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause, he will by no means speak.
Did you say him to any pastime?
My lord, it so fell out that certain players we overtook on the way, this we told him, and there did seem in him a kind of joy to hear of it. They are about the court, and as I think, they have already ordered this night to play before him.
It is most true, and he beseeched me to entrust your majesties to hear and see this matter.
With all my heart, it does much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further age, and drive his purpose unto these delights.
We shall, my lord.
Ophelia, we have closely sent for Hamlet hither that he has for, by accident, may hear from you. Your father and myself, lawful as spies, will so bestow ourselves that seeing unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge, and gather by him as he is behaved, if it be the affliction of his love or no, that thus he suffers for.
Ophelia, walk you here? Read on this book that shows such an exercise may color your loneliness. I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by the sleep say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is hired to, is a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, chance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in the sleep of death, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man contumely, pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that passion merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would for those bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will and make us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience make cowards of us all, and thus the native view of resolution is sickled over with a pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment we disregard their current stenori, and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia, 9 in thy horizon, be all my sins remembered.
Good, my lord. How does your honor of this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well, well, well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you, now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honor lord, you know right well you did, and with them words of so sweet breath composed, as made the things more rich, their perfume lost. Take this again, for the noble mind. Rich give wax poor when the givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Ha ha! Are you honest?
My lord,
Are you fair?
what means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty have better commerce than with honesty?
Truly, for the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bond than the force of honesty can translate beauty into its likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time giveth proof. I did love you once.
Indeed, you made me believe so.
You should have not believed me, for virtue cannot so inoculate our all-stock when we shall relish of it. I love you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get you to a nunnery. Why would you be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, but yet I could accuse me of such things that it was better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, vengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beat than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellow as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are our knave. All believe none of us. Go your ways to a nunnery. Where is your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in own's house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
If you do marry, I will give you this play for your dowry. Be as you as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. You shall not escape calumny. Get you to a nunnery. Go. Farewell. Or, if you will needs marry, marry a fool, for wise men know well enough what monster you make of them. To a nunnery. Go, and quickly too. Farewell.
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
I have heard of your paintings too. Well enough. Go. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. You cheat, you amble and you lips, and nicknames God creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to, I will no more on it. It has made me mad. I say we will have no more marriage. Those that are married already, all but one shall live. The rest shall keep as they are. To a nunnery. Go!
Love, his affection do not that way stand, nor why he spake. Though it lacked from a little, was not like madness. 'Tis something in his soul, over which his melancholy sits unbrewed. And I do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger, which for to prevent I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall with speed to England. For the demand of our neglected tribute, haply the seas and countries different, with variable objects shall expel this something settled matter in his heart, whereon his brain still beating puts him thus from fashion to himself. What do you think on it?
It shall do well, my lord. And Ophelia, you need not say what has been spoken by Lord Hamlet. We've heard it all.
Madness in great ones must not unwatched go.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounce it to you, trippingly on the tongue, but if you mouth it, as many of your players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines, nor do not sow the air too much with your hand, thus but use all gently, for in the very torrent tempest, and as I may say, the whirling of passion, you must acquire and beget temperance that may give it smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to hear a robustious, peripated fellow tear a passion to tatters, to very rags, to split ears of the groundling, who for the most part are capable of nothing but unexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for overdoing ptarmigan. It out Herod's Herod. Pray you, void it.
I warrant your honor.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word to the action. With this special overstep, not the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end, both at the first and now, was and is to hold as 'twere the mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own feature, scorn her own image, and the very edge and body of this time is form and pressure. Now this overdone, or come toddy off, though it make the unskilful laugh, cannot but make the judicious grieve, the censure of the which one must in your allowance overweigh a whole theatre of others. Oh, there be players that have seen play, and heard others praise, and that highly not to speak it profoundly, that neither having the accent of Christian, nor the gait of Christian, pagan nor man, have so started and below that I have thought some of nature journeymen had met men and not met them well. They imitated humanity so abominably.
I hope we have reformed that indifferently with us, sir.
Oh, reform it altogether, and let those that play your clowns speak no more than is set down for them. For there be of them that will themselves laugh, to set on some quantity of married spectators to laugh too, though, in the meantime, some necessary question of the play be then to be considered that villainous and shows a most pitiful ambition in the fool that uses it. Go, make yourself ready. Bid the players make haste. Will you two help hasten them?
We will, my lord.
We will, my lord.
What ho, Horatio!
Here, my sweet lord, at your service.
Horatio, you are even as just a man as ever my conversation covered withal.
Oh my dear lord.
Nay, do not think I flatter. Give me that man that is not patient slave, and I will wear him in my heart's core, in my heart of heart, as I do you. Something too much of this. There is a play tonight before the king. One scene of it comes near the circumstance which I have told you of my father's death. I prithee, when you see that act of food, even with the very common of your soul, observe mine uncle. If his occulted guilt did not itself uncannily in one speech, it is a damn ghost that we have seen. And my imagination are as full as Vulcan's city. Give him headful note, for I mine eyes will revert to his face, and after we will both our judgment join in censure of his seeming.
Well, my lord, if he still ought the will's displaying and scape detecting, I will pay the theft.
They are coming to the play. I must be idle. Get you a place.
How fares our cousin Hamlet?
Excellent. In faith, the chameleon dish. I eat the air, from his cram, and a deep heaven so.
I've nothing of this answer, Hamlet. These words aren't mine.
No, nor mine now. My lord, you play once in the university, you say?
That did I, my lord, and was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Brutus killed me.
It was a brute part of him to kill so capital a cough there. Be the players ready.
I, my lord, they stay upon your passion.
Come hither, my dear Hamlet. Sit with me.
No, good mother. Here's metal more attractive.
Oh ho, do you mark there?
Lady, shall I lie in your laps?
No, my lord.
I mean my head upon your lap.
I, my lord.
Do you think I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
That's a fair thought to lie between maid's leg.
What is, my lord?
Nothing.
You are merry, my lord.
Who? I?
I, my lord.
Oh God, you're only jig maker. What should a man do but be merry? For, look you, how cheerful my mother looks, and my father died within these 2 hours.
Nay, it is twice 2 months, my lord.
So long? Nay then, let the devil wear black, for I'll have a suit of sable. Ah, heaven! Died 2 months ago, and not forgotten yet? Then there's hope a great man's memory may outlive his life half a year. But by Our Lady, he must build churches then, or else shall he suffer not thinking on, with the hobby horse, whose epitaph is Furrow, Furrow, the hobby horse is forgot. Forgot. Is this a prologue or the posse of a ring?
This brief, my lord.
As soon as love. Wormwood, wormwood. If you should, break it now. Now, madam, how you like this play?
The lady protests too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, they do but jest. Poison in jest. No offense in the world.
What do you call the play?
The mousetrap, Mary, how? Tropically, this play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. Gonzago is the Duke's name. His wife, Baptista, you shall see anon, is an knavish piece of work. But what of that? Your Majesty, and we that have free souls, it touches us not. This one, Lucianus, nephew to the king.
You are good as a chorus, my lord.
I could interpret between you and your love, if I could see the puppets dallying.
You are keen, my lord. You are keen.
It would cost you a groaning to take off my edge.
Still better and worse.
So, you must take your husband. Begin, murderer. Pause. Leave your damnable faces, and begin. Come. In the croaking raven, do below for revenge. He poisoned him in the garden for his estate. His name Gonzago. The story is extant, and writ in choice Italian. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzago's wife.
The king rises.
What? Frightened with false fire?
How fares, my lord?
Give me some lights! Away!
Lights!
Oh, good Horatio, I'll take the ghost's word for £1,000. Did he perceive?
Very well, my lord.
Upon the top of the poisoning?
I did very well note him.
Aha! Come! Some music. Come, the recorders. For if the king like not a comedy, why then belike he likes not purdy. Come, some music.
Good, my lord, vouchsafe me a word with you.
Sir, a whole history. I am 10, sir. Pronounce.
The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit, has sent me to you.
You are welcome.
Nay, good my lord, this courtesy is not of the right breed. If it shall please you to make me a wholesome answer, I will do your mother's commandment. If not, your pardon and my return shall be the end of my business.
My mother, you say?
Your behavior has struck her into amazement and admiration.
O wonderful son, that can so astonish a mother. But is there no sequels at the heels of this mother's admiration? In part,
She desires to speak with you in her closet, ere you go to bed.
we shall obey, were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you once did love me.
So I do still, by these pickers and stealers.
Good, my lord. What is your cause of this temper? You do, surely, bar the door upon your own liberty, if you deny your griefs to your friend.
Sir, I like advancement.
How can that be, when you have the voice of the king himself for your succession in Denmark?
Aye, sir. While the grass grows, proverb is something musty. recorders. Let me see one. To withdraw with you. Why do you go about to recover the wind of me? As if you would drive me into a toil.
Oh, my lord, if my duty be too bold, my love is too unmannerly.
I do not well understand. Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I pray you.
Believe me, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
It is as easy as lying. Govern this vantage with your lingering tongue. Give it breath with your mouth, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look you, these are the stops.
But this cannot I command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
Why, look you now. How unworthy a thing you make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my stops. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my compass. And there is such music, excellent voice, in this little organ. Yet you cannot make it speak.
And the queen too, and that presently.
Do you see yonder cloud that is almost in the shape of a camel?
By the mass, and it is like a camel indeed.
Methinks it is like a weasel.
It is back like a weasel.
Or like a whale.
Very like a whale.
Then I will come to my mother by and by. They fool me to the top of my bed. I will come by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friends.
I like him not, nor stand it safe with us, to let his madness range. Therefore prepare you, I your commission will forthwith dispatch, and he to England shall along with you. The terms of our estate may not endure, has it so dangerous as do hourly grow. Out of his lunacy, arm you, I pray you, to this speedy voyage, for we will fetters put upon his fears, which now goes to free-footed.
We will haste us.
We will haste us.
Oh, my offense is rank. It's more to heaven. It has the primal elder's curse upon it. A brother's murder. Pray can I not? Though inclination be as sharp as will, my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent. And like a man a double business bound, I stand in pause where I shall first begin, and both neglect. What is this? What is this cursed hand? We're thicker than itself with brother's murder. Is there not rain enough in sweet heaven to wash it white as snow? Where to serve mercy, but to confront the visage of offense? And what's in a prayer but these two forth? To be forestalled ere we come to fall, or pardon being down, then I look up. My fault is past. But oh, what form of prayer can serve my son? Forgive me my foul murder. That cannot be, since I am still possessed but of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, my own ambition, and my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense. In the corrupted currents of this world, offenses, gilded hand, may shove by patience. And often, it is seen the wicked prize itself buys out of the law, but it is not so above. There's no shuffling, there's no action lies. In his true nature, and we ourselves compel, even to thief, forehead of our faults, to give in evidence. What then? What rest? Try what repentance can, what can it not? Yet, what can it, when one cannot repent? Or wretched state, or bosom as black as death? Or lime soul that's struggling to be free, art more engaged. Help, angel, make us say, bow stubborn knees. Bend the heart with string of steels, be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat? Now he is praying. Now I will do it. And so he goes to heaven. And so am I revenge. That would be so scant. But villains kill my fathers. And for that, I, sole son, do the same villain sent to heaven. Oh, this is iron salary, not revenge. It took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes, broad blown as flush as May. And how his audit spent, who knows save heaven. But in our circumstance and course of thought, this heavy with him, and am I then revenge? Take him in the purging of souls, when he is fit and seasoned for his passage. No. Absurd. And now though a more horrid hand, when he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at gaming, swearing, or about some act that has no relish of salvation in it, then trip him, that he heals may kick at heaven, and that his soul may be as damp and black as hell, wherever it goes. My mother stays. His physic but prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up, and my thoughts remain below. And words without thoughts never to heaven go.
He will come straight. Look, you lay home to him, tell him his pranks have been too abroad to bear with, and that your grace has screened and stood between much heat and him. I'll sconce him even here.
I'll warrant you, fear me not.
Mother! Mother! Mother!
Withdraw, I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, you have your father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now? Hamlet!
What's the matter now?
Have you forgotten me?
No, by the road not so. You are the queen, your husband, brother's wife, and if it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then, I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, and sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass, where you may see the inmost part of you.
What will you do? Surely you won't murder me?
Help! Help! Help!
How now? A rat? Dead. For a ducat, dead.
Oh! I am slain!
Oh, what have you done?
Nay, I know not. Is it a king?
Oh, what a Russian bloody deed is this, Hamlet?
A bloody deed. Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, that was my word. You wretched rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took you for your better. Take your fortune. Leave wringing of your hand. Peace. Sit you down, and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff. If damned custom have not versed it so, that it is proof and bulwark against sense.
Just what have I done? It is you wag your tongue so rude against me.
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite. Take off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there. Make marriage vows as false as dice's oath. Oh, such a deed as from the body of contraction plucks the very soul, and sweet religions makes a rhapsody of words. Heaven's face do glow. Yeah, this solidity and compound mass, with truthful visage, as against the doom, is thou sick at the act.
I mean, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look here upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See, what a grace was seated on this brow, abhorrent crow, the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars, to threaten and command, a combination and a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal, to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now, what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewy ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you on this fair mountain live to feed, and batten on this moor? Huh? Have you eyes? You cannot call this love, for at your age, the heyday in the blood is tame. It's humble, and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment will step from this to this? Ah, shame! Where is your blush?
Oh, speak no more. You turn mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and great spots as will not leave their pink.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an unseen bed, still in corruption, cunning and making love over the nasty style.
Oh, speak to me, no. Those words, like daggers, enter in my ears. No more, sweet Hamlet, please.
A murderer and a villain, a slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your president lord, a vice of kings, a cutpurse of the empire and the rule, that form a shelf, that precious diadem stole and put it in his pocket.
No more, my dear Hamlet.
Save me and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly gods. What would your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Do you not come your tardy son to chide? that lapse in time and passion. Let's go by the important acting of your dread command. Oh, say!
Do not forget, this visitation is but to whet your almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother's seats. Oh, step between her and a fighting soul. Conceit in weakest bodies, strongest works. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, what is it with you? That you do bend your eyes on vacancy, and with incorporeal air you hold discourse? Forth in your eyes as your spirits wildly peep, and as the sleeping soldiers the alarm. Your bedded head like live excrements starts and stands up on the end of gentle sun. Upon the heat and flame of your distemper, sprinkled cool of patience, whereon do you look?
On him! Look you! How pale he glares! His form and cause conjoined, preaching to stones, would make them capable. Do not look upon me, lest with this piteous action you convert my stern action. Then what I have to do will want true colors, tears perchance for blood.
To whom do you speak this?
Did you see nothing there?
Nothing at all, yet all that is I see.
Nor did nothing hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look you there! How he still sway! My father, in his habit as he lived, look, where he goes, even now, out at the portal.
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodily ecstasy is very cunning in.
Ecstasy! My pulse, as yours, do temporarily keep time and make as healthful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and I, the matter, will reward which madness would gamble from. Mother, for love of grace, lend not that mattering unction to your soul, that not your trespass, but my madness speaks. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what is past. Avoid what is to come.
Oh, Hamlet, you cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worst part of it, and leave the purer with the other half. Good night, but go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue. If you have it not, once more, good night. And when you are desirous to be blessed, I will blessing beg of you for this same loan. I do repent, but heaven has pleased it so to punish me with this, and this with me, that I must be the scourge and minister. I will bestow him, I will answer well the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus, that begins and worse remains behind. I must do it. You know that.
Alack, I had forgot. It is so concluded on.
There is letters sealed, and my two schoolfellows, whom I will trust, as I will others thank. They bear the mandate. They must sweep my way, and marshal me to Nevery. Let me work. This man shall set me packing. I will long the gods into the neighbor room. Mother, good night. Indeed, this counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave, who was in life a foolish prating knave. Come, sir, to draw forward and end with you. Good night, mother. sight, here comes the king. The queen, the courtiers. Who is this devil? And with such mime rites, this doth betoken the course they follow did with desperate hand, for to its own life, 'twas of some mistake, cut through your plan and mark.
What ceremony else?
That is Laertes, a very noble youth. Mark.
What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been as fine large as we have volunteered. Her death was doubtful. And but that great command also is the order. She should in ground unsanctified have lodged, till the last trumpets or charitable prayers. Shards, flints, and pebbles should be thrown on her, yet here she is, allowed her virgin trance. Her main instruments, and the bringing home of bell and burial.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done. We should profane the service of the dead, to sing a requiem and such rest to her as to peace-parted souls.
Lay her in the earth, and from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violets spring. I tell you, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be when you least howling.
What? The fair Ophelia?
Sweets to the sweet. Farewell. I hope you should have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bright bed to have decked, sweet maid, and not have strewn your grave.
Oh, treble woe, for 10 times treble, on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprive you of, hold off the earth a while, till I cough, for once more in mine arms. Now, pile your dust upon the quick and dead, till of this flat on mountain you have made, to overtop old Pelion or the sky's head of blue Olympus.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis, whose praise of sorrow conjures the wandering stars, and make them stand like a wonder-wounded hearers? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take thy soul.
You praise not well. I prithee, take thy fingers from my throat. For though I am not splendid and rash, yet I have something in me dangerous, which let thy wiseness fear. Hurl off thy hand.
Pluck them asunder!
Hamlet? Hamlet! Gentlemen!
Good, my lord, be quiet.
Why will I fight with him upon this theme, until my eyelids will no longer wag?
Oh, my son, what theme?
I love Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not, with all their quantity of love, make up my song. What will you do for her?
He is mad, Laertes!
For love of God, forbid him!
Swans, show me what you'll do. Wouldn't whip, wouldn't fight, wouldn't fuss, wouldn't hear thyself, wouldn't dream of Isel, eat a crocodile. I'll do it. Do you come here to whine, to outface me with leaping in her grave? Be buried quick with her. So will I.
This is mere madness, and for a while this fit will work for him. Anan as patient as the female dove, and when that golden couplets are finally disclosed, his silence will sit drooping.
Hear you, sir. What is the reason that you use me thus? I love you ever, but it is no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew, and dog will have his day.
Laertes, was your family dear to you? Or are you like a panting of a sorrow, a face without a heart?
Why ask you this?
Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake? To show yourself your father's son indeed, more than in words.
To cut his throat in the church.
No place indeed should murder centurize. Revenge should have no bounds. But good Laertes will put on those who shall praise your excellence, and set a double varnish on the fame. Bring you two together in a match and a wager on your heads. He, being remiss, most generous and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foils, so that with ease, or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword unbaited, and in the path of practice, requite him for your father.
I will do it, and for that purpose, I'll anoint my sword. I bought an unction of a mountebank, so model that, but dip a knife in it, with draws, blood no cataplasm so rare. Collected from simples that have reached under the moon, can save the thing from death. That is but scratch with all I touch my point with this contagion. That, if I gall him slightly, may be death.
We'll make a solemn wager on your cunning. When in your motion, you're hot and dry, and that he calls for a drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there. Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. We'll put the matter to the present push.
So much for this, sir. Now shall you see the other? You do remember all the circumstance.
Remember it, my lord.
Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. Methought I lay worse than the mutins in the bilboes. Rashly and praised beer rashness for it. Let us know our indiscretion sometimes serve us well, when our deed plots do pall, and that should teach us there's a divinity that shapes our ends. Rough hew them how we will.
That is most certain.
Up from my cabin, my sea gown scarf about me, in the dark groped I to find out them. Had my desire fingered their pocket, and in the find withdrew to mine own room again, making so bold my fears forgetting manners, to unseat their great commission, where I find Horatio. Oh, royal knavery, at exact command. No, not to stay the grinding of the axe. My head should be struck off.
Is it possible?
I set me down, devised a new commission, wrote it fair, an earnest conjuration from the king, that on the view and knowing of these contents, without debatement further, more or less, he should the bearers put to sudden death, no shivering time allowed.
How was this sealed?
Why, even that was heaven ordinance. I had my father's signet in my purse, which was the model of that Danish seal, folded the rear up in form of the other, subscribed it, gave it the impression, placed it safely, the changeling never known.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to it.
Why, men? They did make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience. They defeat us by their own innovation grow.
Why, what a king is this?
Does he not? Thinks you? Stand me now apart. He that hath killed my king and whored my mother, popped in between the election and my hopes, drawn out his anger for my proper life, and with such cozname, is not perfect conscience to quit him with this arm, and is it not to be tamed to let this canker of our nature come in further evil?
It must be shortly known to him from England. What is the issue of the business there?
It will be short. The interim is mine, but I am very sorry, good Horatio, that to Laertes I forgot myself. For by the image of my cause, I see the portraiture of his.
Peace! Who comes here?
Your lordship is right. Welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you, sir. Do you know this sort of fly?
No, my good lord.
Thy state is more gracious, for this advice to know him. I beseech you, remember.
Nay, good my lord, for mine is in good faith. Sir, here is newly come to court Laertes. Believe me, an absolute gentleman.
What imports the nomination of this gentleman?
Of Laertes?
His purse is empty already. All golden words are spent.
Of him, sir.
You're not ignorant of what excellence Laertes is. I mean, sir, for his weapon, but in the imputation made on him by them, in his meat, he's unfellowed.
What is his weapon?
Sword and dagger.
There is two of his weapon, but, well...
The king, sir, have laid that in a dozen passes between yourself and him. He shall not exceed you 3 hits. He had laid on 12 for 9, and it would come to immediate trial, if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
What if I say no?
I mean, my lord, the opposition of your person in trial.
Sir, I will walk here in hope. If it please his majesty, 'tis the breeding time of day with him. Let the voice be brought, the gentleman willing, and the king hold his purpose. I will win for him, and I can. If not, I'll gain nothing but my shame, and the odd hits.
Shall I redeliver you even so?
To this effect, sir, after what flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
This lapwing runs away with the shell on his head.
He did comply with his dog before he sucked it. Thus has he, and many more of the same people that I know, the dress the edge dots on, only got the tune of the time, and outward habit of the counter, a kind of yesty collection, which carries them through and through the most fond and renowned opinions, and do but blow them to their trials, when bubbles are out.
You will lose this wager, my lord.
I do not think so. Since he went into France, I have been in continual practice. I shall win at the odds. But you will not think how ill all is here about my heart. But it is no matter.
Nay, good my lord.
It is buffoonery, but it is such a kind of gain-giving as will perhaps trouble a woman.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it. I will forestall the rebel hither and say you are not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury. There is a special providence in the fall of sparrow. If it be now, it is not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. Since no man has aught of what he leaves, why is it to live betimes?
Come, Hamlet, come, and take this hand from me.
Give me your pardon, sir. I have done you wrong. But pardon, as you are a gentleman, this presence knows. And you must needs have heard how I am punished with sore distraction. What I have done that might your nature, honor, and exception roughly await. I here proclaim was madness. Sir, in this audience, let my disclaiming from a purpose evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot mine arrow o'er the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge. I do receive your offer. Love like love, and will not wrong it.
I embrace it free. And will this brother swagger franken play? Give us the foil. Come on.
Come, one for me.
I'll be your foil, Laertes. In my ignorance, your skin shall, like a star in the darkness night, speak fury of indeed.
You mock me, sir?
No, by this hand.
Give them the foils, young ostrich. And cousin Hamlet, you know the wager?
Very well, my lord. Your grace hath laid the odds o'er the weak side.
I do not fear it. I have seen you both. But since he is better, we have therefore odds.
This is too heavy. Let me see another.
This likes me well. This foil have all the length.
Send me the soup of wine upon the table. If Hamlet gives the first or second hit, or quit in answer of the third exchange, the king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath. Come, begin, and you, the judges, bear a wary eye.
Come on, sir.
Come, my lord.
1.
No?
Judgment.
Oh, a hit. A very palpable hit.
Well, again.
Stay! Give me the drink. Hamlet, this pearl is yours. Here's to your health.
I will play this bout first. Set it by a while. Come. Another hit? What say you?
A touch, I do confess.
Our son shall win.
Here, Hamlet, take my napkin. Rub thy brow. The queen caresses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good, madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It is a poison cup. It is too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
Come, let me wipe thy face.
My lord, I'll hit him down.
I do not think it.
And yet, it is almost against my conscience.
Come, for the third, Laertes. You Badali. I pray you, pass with your best violence. I am afraid you make a wanton of me.
Say you so? Come on.
Nothing. Neither way.
Have at you now.
Oh!
Part them, they are incensed.
Come again.
Look at the queen there.
They bleed on both sides. How is it, my lord?
How is it, Laertes?
Why? As a woodcock to mine own spring's housework, I am justly killed with my own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swooned to see them bleed.
Oh no, 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 the drink, the drink. Oh my dear Hamlet, I am poisoned.
Oh, villainy. Oh, let the door be locked. Treachery. Seek it out.
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, you art slain. No medicine in the world can do you good. In you there is not half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice has turned itself on me. Here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother's poison. I can no more. The king's to blame.
Point. And venom too. Then venom to thy work.
Treason. Oh, yet defend me, friend. I am but her.
Here, you incestuous murderers, Dane, drink of this poison. Is thy union here? Follow my mother.
He is justly served. It is poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death come not upon you, nor sign me on.
Heaven make you free of it. I follow you. I am dead, Horatio. Wretched queen. You that look pale and tremble at this chance. There are but mutes or audience, and I but time as dispel Sergeant Death to speak in his arrest. Oh, I could tell you, but let it be, Horatio. Our end death. Relieve us. Report me, and my cause arrive. The unsatisfied.
Never believed it! I am more anti-Roman than a Dane. Here's yet some liquor left.
As you art man, give me the cup. Let go. By heaven, I will have it. Oh, Horatio, what a wounded man. Things standing thus unknown shall live behind. If you didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent you from us, and in this harsh world, draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. Warlike noise is this.
Young Fortinbras, we've conquest come from Poland. To the ambassadors of England gives this warlike volley.
Oh, I die of you. But then poison far across the spear. I cannot leave here in this window. But I do prophecy in election lights on Fortinbras. He has my dying voice. So tell him, when the occurrence, more and less, just solidify. The rest is silence.